shift to R. Even a moron could shift to R. Here's one we prepared earlier. I wouldn't do it that way. Maybe that's why it'd take me 4 goes. Oh, that angle's got to be wrong. You're kidding. Maybe not. Can a machine outpark a man? Or at least, can it outpark me? Let's find out. Okay, the Hyundai Santa Fe is not the first car to offer automated, or at least robotically assisted, reverse parking. But it is the first Hyundai that can measure the spot, handle the steering, and guide you through the reverse parking process. But I want to know if a handful of silicon chips and a few actuators can outpark a human. So, for this test, I prevailed on Hyundai for some controlled conditions. I used their headquarters and a couple of their in-house Genesis saloons. Or is that Genesi? I always get the pluralisation ending in S confused. But aside from the location and the vehicles, that's it. Hyundai's not paying for this review and they're getting 0 input on the comment. Automated reverse parking is the 2015 Santa Fe Highlander's party piece. Here's how it works. You just hit a button on the centre console to activate the system. It then starts measuring the available spaces as you drive past. Apparently, it'll park in spaces with as little as half a metre clearance front and rear. So that's Santa Fe plus 1 metre in total for the parking space size, even though the minimum legal parking clearance in Australia is 1 metre front and rear. And my initial thought here was, who needs that? I already know how to reverse park. I've spent 35 years getting reasonably good at it. These days we've even got cameras and proximity sensors that make reverse parking easier. Plus, I'm pretty happy for as many people as possible to be absolutely hopeless reverse parkers, because it means more spaces available for those of us who can reverse park. But technology marches on. Here's how it works. You just hit this button, it starts looking for a spot. Once the system detects a viable parking space, it tells you with a message in the instrument panel, and from then on it'll automate the steering. You still need to operate the accelerator, the brake and the transmission. It's a leap of faith though, but ultimately pretty simple. It steers and tells you what to do. Select reverse, go back, stop, stuff like that. So the theory's pretty simple, right? Press a button, okay, do what it says. Let's find out. Okay, so it says searching. It's looking for a spot just over there. We're driving past that spot now. We're fully in front of the other car, and shift to R. All right, shifting to R. Steering in auto mode, watch for obstacles. Roger that. Oh, this is a leap of faith. Oh, that's so close. Oh, that angle's got to be wrong. You're kidding. Maybe not. Shift to D. Even a federal front bencher could do that. Oh, is it park assist complete? Tell you what, it's pretty hard to argue with that. The point is, a spot with half a metre clearance front and rear looks like you're just not gonna fit. The Santa Fe seems like one too many sardines for the tin. 9 drivers out of 10 would not even bother trying in this spot. So the first big tick for the system is that it makes spots available that you would not previously have even considered parking in. And the second thing is, it's brilliant. I set up the 2 sacrificial Genesi with 80 centimetres of clearance front and rear. Slightly illegal from a clearance point of view, but comfortably within the parking system's stated capabilities. And if you've ever filmed anything, you'll know that you end up doing it over and over and over and over. So every time it managed to pull off what looked like the world's tightest reverse park in one hit, and that means the options are you can have a human driver backing and filling a dozen times, and most probably ultimately giving up, or you get the robot to do it in one shot every time. It's repeatable. It pulled off the same reverse park every time with very little discernible variation. And that variation probably stemmed from differences in the start point with each attempt, mainly the lateral separation between the car and those that were parked next to it. Once you've played with this feature and made friends with it, you'll spend less time holding up the world too. And it is frustrating to be held up behind an incompetent who needs to have 20 goes at filling into the spot. You certainly can't beat this system's time efficiency. Actually, I was going to run the stopwatch for this test, but I wouldn't want anyone to go out and try and beat the time, because parking is dangerous, potentially, and I don't want to see any kids getting mown down by some fool doing it competitively to set a new record in public. Even if you're not racing, of course, the responsibility for vigilance still rests entirely with you. Always pay attention when you're reversing so you don't kill a kid who steps behind you without warning. So, the Santa Fe's autonomous reverse parking is fast and effective. The only real problem is philosophical. No matter how many times you do it, you can't shake the feeling like it's the organ grinder and you're the monkey. I guess that's the price you pay. Advances in technology mean humans inevitably surrender skills that were previously non-negotiable. If there's a Santa Fe man versus machine reverse parking challenge, it's going to be the machine. Every time. No matter how good a reverse parker you are. You might not like this, but get used to it. Bosch, the company behind a great many of these advanced automotive systems, says there's going to be fully automated parking by 2018. That means you get out of the car and hit a button on the Bosch smartphone app and the car does it all and parks itself, which is going to be great for parking in those spaces with insufficient clearance to open the doors after you're parked. Automated systems of every kind are going to proliferate through ordinary cars over the next few years. That's a done deal. Cars will become more and more autonomous. And then one day, they will probably become self-aware, just like in the movies. And what could possibly go wrong? Sorry, these damn glitches in the matrix. So, it's either embrace the new technology or pack your baseball cap with an additional few layers of aluminium foil. Keep those machine world mind control signals out, at least until Skynet becomes fully active. And until that happens, you can visit the website to save thousands on your next new car, leave a comment below to let me know what you think, and subscribe for regular updates. John Cadogan reporting for autoexpert.com.au. Thanks for watching.